Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Bobby Pominville and I'm your reporter on the arts. And today we have a very interesting show because I have a friend here, Debbie Vogler. Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Welcome and thank you.
Nice to have you here. We were at a concert recently at the Phipps and she mentioned something to me about Dancing with the Stars. Well, that just caught my interest because I do watch that show. I have to admit it. I'm really addicted. And she said, no, this is Dancing with the Hudson Stars. I said, well, now you've really got my attention. I have to find out about that. But let's tell them you're active in the Hudson community and you're planning a Hudson version of Dancing with the Stars. And I just have to ask you, could you tell us about how you got that idea first?
Sure. I'm originally from Seymour, Indiana, and they have done this the last 2 years, and it was a real success. The first year they raised $65,000, and last year $99,000.
Oh my.
And it was really fun. I traveled back home to see how the event worked, and it was a great time, and my friend chaired it, and the following day she was getting constant texts, phone calls of people just sharing how much they enjoyed it, and I thought, you know what? I should do this for Hudson.
And you're going to do it as a benefit.
I am.
And I really like that because that's something that's very important to me, is to be in this community and give back. And I think we could mention the St. Croix Valley Community Foundation, which is wonderful here. And the monies would actually go for a good cause. They could be distributed to other places like the Phipps or whatever. I don't want to mention too many, but I do know everybody is going to really appreciate this.
Yes, I want it to be a community involvement. And I want everybody in the community to have fun.
Oh, well, you're definitely going to have fun, and I know I am too. Now, are you actually going to have judges?
There will not be judges.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. But how will the event work then? Because some of the Hudsonites might not have a lot of familiarity with dancing. So how are they going to learn their dances?
Well, they will be paired with dance instructors. Oh, okay. So how this will work is we are going to have 9 celebrities, Bobby. 9.
Oh, wow.
And would you like to know who they are?
Oh, I want to know. I must know. I hope I know them all.
You probably do.
I probably do. So yes, okay. Please tell us.
Okay. First, State Representative Dean Knutson. Yep. And he'll be dancing with his wife. And Annette Cook, Rotary.
Yes.
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 Missy Simmons, they're business owners.
Okay.
Brooke Fleetwood, she's my daughter and she owns BB Cosmetics. Yes, she'll be dancing with actually one of her male friends. Kay Jord, the bodybuilder, and yes.
She's going to be good.
Yeah, from Riverfront.
Okay.
And Dr. Dana Dahl, that everybody just loves. Oh. And Blake Fry from the Chamber and his wife. Yes. Kathy Stewart from Stewart Anderson Hair Company.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and then we're honored to have a past Miss Minnesota, Catherine Karg.
Oh, how wonderful.
How cool, and her husband.
Oh.
So some of them will dance as couples and then be paired with an instructor to teach them as a couple.
Oh, I see.
Some of the individuals will actually be then paired and dance with an instructor.
Okay, that makes perfect sense because it doesn't always work to have husband-wife.
Right,
and
right.
They don't always have the same interests, but you're going to draw from Minnesota too, aren't you?
Well, she's originally, I believe, from Wisconsin. Her sister is the choir teacher.
Oh, exactly.
Yes.
Carrie Heisler's sister.
Absolutely.
Okay,
you know
because she was Miss Minnesota at one time.
She was.
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that.
So there's 2 sisters in the same family, and that connection would bring in a lot of Hudsonites.
She's very excited and just a very adorable girl.
Well, I'm excited to see Dean dancing.
Yeah, everybody is.
I think that's really cool. Yeah. He was my veterinarian before he went into the legislature.
And what's fun, there's some little rivalry going on. Like Blake's like, I want to beat Dean.
Oh yeah.
So that's fun.
You go.
Yeah.
So now, how is that going to work? They dance, and then who will be voting actually?
Okay, so how it works for who's going to be the winner is it's $1 per vote.
Oh, okay.
So the the celebrities, contestants, want to actually get corporate sponsors before they dance that evening.
Yes.
And then the night of the dance, they will want to get all their friends and families there, so they vote for them as well.
Right.
Because, you know, of course you want to vote for who is the best, that you think is the best.
True.
But when it really gets down to the bottom line, it's going to be who raised the most money.
Okay, and then let's say I'm sitting in the audience and I'm not really tied into any one of them. Do I have an opportunity to vote?
Absolutely. There'll be folders on every placemat or place seating, and you will be able to vote for one or all of them. So say if you really liked Dean and you want to put $100 to Dean and $50 to Blake or $100 to Brooke as well, you can do that. You can split it up and vote for multiple people.
Oh, good. I like that.
Yes.
Because that's kind of the way I would approach it.
Yes.
I like to go and see a lot of them and probably contribute
Support them
as much as I can. All right. That's a very good plan, and you know it's worked because it has happened before in your hometown, right?
The track record in all the communities that have done this has been very successful. So I would think Hudson will be as well, because it seems to be a very supportive community.
Oh, yes, and very strong community groups here. Now, my question about the instructors. Where are you getting the instructors? Because they have to know what they're doing, right?
Yes. So I contacted, I believe, all of the local dance studios here in town.
Oh, yes.
And I think I have someone representing from each of those.
Oh, good.
Because we want to support each of their business as well.
Yes.
So,
yes.
yep. And then there are a couple over on the Minnesota side that will be coming here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. And then anybody I might know from the FIPS?
Tom Larson.
And they have now what does he instruct again? I think it's a ballroom.
Yes, I think, but I think he does multiple.
Oh, okay.
Type
he
instructions.
Probably does more than one type of dance, but I'm pretty sure I've heard very good positives about him.
Yes.
Because I know people who've taken ballroom at the FIPS.
Right.
Yeah.
And then someone you might know and love is Mackenzie Lewis.
Oh, I do know her. She's been on this show.
Yes. She will actually be performing a solo during tallying of the votes.
You know what? That would be worth it just to see her. She's
should be
involved
good.
in a lot of productions at the FIPS.
Yes.
And I actually observed her teaching, I think it was a youth musical one time. Oh, it was just phenomenal.
I'm excited to see what she comes up with.
She is unbelievable, and I do believe she's featured quite often at the FIPS in various recitals and that.
Right.
So
right.
I've seen some of that. Oh boy, these people know their stuff, and I just think it's going to be inspiring.
Right. And so also after the dancers perform, we'll be, doing tallying of the votes. So Mackenzie will perform, and then we will have a group of ladies that are from all out throughout the community, 10 or 12 of them, and they're going to be the dancing divas. And these dancing divas will also perform during the tallying of the votes.
These must be people who study dance a little, right?
Well, maybe a little.
But they've got the interest.
Yes, or they have the fun factor.
Okay, the fun factor. There you go. That'll be a great show. Great show.
It should be
You've
a
got
lot of fun.
A little bit of everything.
It should be fun.
Okay, now before we get to the dancing part, I believe it begins at 6:30 with a social, and we are talking about September 26th.
Correct.
And that's at Ready Randy's. And what's the address?
Ready Randy's is in New Richmond.
New Richmond. I've
Yes.
been there once.
And I would have liked to kept it local, but I couldn't find a facility that held the numbers that we are expecting.
Yeah.
So they were
need a
to keep it
big
close.
Yes, you
Correct.
do. So I do know it's east of town, and I'd have to look up the road again, but it's not too hard to find.
No, very simple.
And you have the space that you need. That's
Correct.
important.
Correct.
So, and then followed by 6:30 social with 7 o'clock dinner.
Dinner, yes. Everybody will get a dinner.
All right, very good. And then what time does the actual dancing start?
It will probably start around 7:30, I would imagine.
7:30. So, okay, that timing sounds very good. And September 26th is a good date for this. I'm
Yes.
sure I'm interested in it. I want to go so bad. And how much are the tickets now?
They are $60 per person, and that will include the meal.
Oh, yes.
So you just want to think of it, Bobby, as going to a play and a dinner.
Yes.
It's probably even cheaper than that.
Well, there's a lot of entertainment going on there. So to me, it would be just a fun evening.
Correct.
And pretty soon, I think they're going to start seeing posters around town.
They are.
And
They
we've
are.
got one here, and we're going to be putting it on the screen for our audience to see. And you also told me, I think you have a website.
We do, well, it's not a website. It's actually through Facebook.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they can go
Facebook.
to, yes, Dancing with the Hudson Stars, and they can follow and like us.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be
And there
easy
might
for
be
me.
some clips and of pictures of people dancing and practicing. And
Oh, yes, yes. And now where can they get their tickets?
they can get their tickets at the Phipps.
Oh,
and they
okay.
will be starting to sell those August 24th.
Okay, so that's coming up in the end of the month, kind of. And I do think you might sell out.
Well, I'm hoping.
I think you might.
Seymour's facility actually held 500 people, and they sold out both years. And the way this happens is we get our corporate sponsorship first, and they get priority seating. So if there's anybody out there that still wants to do some corporate sponsorship, they should contact us.
Okay.
And you will get priority seating, and then
right.
you'll also get recognition for your business in different ways. After that, then the dancers will get the opportunity to purchase table space or seating.
Oh, yes.
And that's what happened in Seymour is after the corporate sponsorship and then the dancers had got theirs, there was no seating available, even with 500 people.
How many can you seat out there at Ready Red?
Only 288.
Okay.
Yes. So
Definitely going to sell out.
I think so.
Pretty sure. So I wouldn't wait too long to get those tickets.
Right. And this is what happened, Bobby, with them on their second year. People who are corporate sponsors, they didn't want to give up their tables because it was so fun. I had a friend, they own a tool and die company, and she was like, there is no way we would give up our corporate sponsorship
right.
because they want to make sure they have a seat.
I totally understand that. And here's the nice part about our community. You know, we live here and we give back, and I think there's a lot of that in Hudson. There's
agree.
a lot of support for the community.
I agree.
You know, I really like this. You've got kind of a logo going on the poster.
Everything
Somebody
will be branded.
designed that for you?
You know what?
Very nice.
It's all been taken from others.
From others. And then you've even got a little quote here that's really quite touching. To watch us dance is to hear our hearts speak. Well, that's because we're giving back to help people.
Correct. And it's in a fun
I really
way.
like that. It is a fun way.
It's a fun way.
And I love the idea of local celebrities or people who are fairly well known, and they're brave enough to get up there
Exactly.
and learn how to dance and do these kind of things. And maybe they do some of it, but who chooses the music then? It must be the instructor.
Usually I would say it's a combination of the two. And they'll only be like 2.5, 3 minutes. And they can either do one dance to one song or they can do little clips. And what was really cool back in Seymour, a couple of them actually told little stories in their dancing. So they really got creative. So I can't wait to see what Hudson comes up with.
That's going to be really fun. I just love your idea, and it's really good to connect with you on this because I'd like to promote it too.
Oh, good. I look forward to it.
If we go to Facebook, did we give the Facebook how to get there?
Yep, just go to your regular Facebook page and then just enter Dancing with the Hudson Stars.
Right. And then if you're going to get tickets at the Phipps, I think we put this up many times, but it's thephips.org.
Correct.
So that's how they get there, or the Phipps number, which is 715-386-8409. Of course, I've called that many times, but wait till August 24th to call the Phipps, because I'm sure they're busy right now with their fall shows are going to start very soon.
Right. I think they have a performance coming up here in just a couple weeks, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now,
so they can also stop by there also and
oh,
get tickets.
Yes, and I like to do that myself sometimes.
Perfect.
But I do want to ask you now, is there anything we've forgotten? Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about this event?
I think we've covered it all.
I think
Don't
we
you?
have. Yes. So we're good to go.
You know what? Yep. Just get those tickets to have fun.
Yes.
Have a good time. And I think it'll be a lot of laughs.
I do. I think it's going to be a really fun event for the community. And like I said, I'm going. So I just want to encourage you to possibly get a ticket and come out and enjoy watching some of our locals doing their dancing. And it's really for a good cause. And that's the main thing. So I want to thank you, Debbie, for coming on the show today.
Thank you. It was an honor.
Really fun talking to you. And we hope you enjoyed the show today and have some interest in it, in supporting the community. Thank you.